So now in this problem, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using elementary row transformation to find the inverse of this matrix over here. So now, as you can see, this matrix over here is a 3 by 3 matrix. So now what we're going to do is we're going to say that this matrix is equal to A. Okay, so A is a 3 by 3 matrix. So what we're going to do is we know that A is equal to identity matrix into A, which means that any matrix into an identity matrix is always the matrix itself. So now what's going to happen is we're going to replace the value of A and I. I is an identity matrix, so it's going to have 1 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 1. So what we have to do now is over here is supposed to make the identity matrix on the RHS in the matrix on the LHS, we're going to make it into an identity matrix. Okay, and the identity matrix on the RHS is going to automatically become your inverse matrix. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch R1 and R3. So by doing this, we're going to get this matrix here. Remember, when you're doing the operations in the LHS, you have to apply the operations on the RHS as well. So now you're going to do R1 is equal to R1 minus of R2. So once you've done that, you're going to get this matrix over here. And once again, we are going to apply that same operation to the RHS. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do R2 implies R2 minus 2 times of R1. So as you can see, we're going to do another operation which is R3 is equal to R3 minus 2 times R1. And once we've applied these two operations here, you can see that the first place has a 1 and the second and third place in the first column itself have a 0. So now we've bought 1, 0 and 0. So all we have to do is we're going to make the rest of it an identity matrix as well. So to do this, what we're going to do is R2 implies R2 minus of R3. So once you've done that, you're going to get, as you can see over here, you're going to get 1, 0, 0 in the first column and minus 4, 5 and 5. So what we have to try and do is get a 1 in the center. So to do that, what we're going to do is R2 implies 1 by 5 of R2. So by doing that, we're going to get a 1 in the middle over here. So remember, you're supposed to put the 1 by 5 even for the second row of this matrix over here on the RHS as well. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do R3 is equal to 1 by 5 of R3. So once again, what we're going to get is the third row here is going to have 1, 2 and 1. Okay. So now what's going to happen is you're going to do R1 implies R1 plus 4 times of R2. Once you've done that, you're going to get this matrix over here, which is going to have 1, 0 and minus 1 on the first row, 0, 1 and 0 on the second row, and 0, 1 and 1 on the third row. So as you can see, we're very close to finding the identity matrix. So what we have to do now is R3 implies R3 minus of R2. Once you've done that, you're going to get this matrix over here. And for the last step, what we're going to do is R1 implies R1 minus of R3. So once you've done that, you're going to get this matrix over here, which is going to be 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 and 0, 0, 1. So that's going to be your answer. Your identity matrix is going to be minus 2 by 5, 0 and 3, minus 1 by 5, 1 by 5, 0, 2 by 5, 1 by 5 and minus 2 by 5. So that's going to be your answer.